everyone. I am contestant number 5, and today I'm very excited to be telling you guys a story about the empty pot. One day, long ago, the king of China announced a contest to find the next ruler of the land. He was getting old and had no sons to take over the throne. One thing about the king is he loved to grow plants. So he announced, "Loyal citizen, I am getting old and need a succession. With this, I invite any boy who wants to be king to come to the palace and get a royal seat. In 6 months, the boy who grew the best plant would be the one to win this contest. He would then be the next one to sit on the throne." Every boy in China was wild with joy. Mothers and fathers were excited too. It sure would be grand to live at the palace. One boy named Jun was quiet. He knew he was good at growing things and a hard worker too. On the big day when the royal seats were to be given out, huge crowds of boys came to the palace. Jun was one of those boys. Each boy took home his royal seat held tight in their hands. At home, Jun took out a good flower pot. He set his best potting soil and pressed the royal seed into the hole and set dirt on top. With care, he tapped the top. "Hey little seed, I will take good care of you, so please grow well, I am counting on you," Jun whispered dearly to his seed. Over the next few days, Jun watered his pot every day. All over China, boys were doing the same thing. Chen was the first boy in Jun's village to announce a green leaf was coming up. Everyone! I know I would be king! Look at this one healthy leaf!" Han was the next one to say a little green plant was coming up in his pot. "This beautiful plant sets my way up to the throne." Then it was Wong. "I will win this contest and rule China. Look at my pretty plant." Jun did not know why there was no little plant in his pot. None of the other boys could grow plants as well as he, but still, Jun's seed didn't grow. Strong, mighty plants were soon rising up from pots cared for by the other boys in Jun's village. Sadly, Jun walked around with his head down. When something was empty, people would joke that it was as empty as Jun's pot. 6 months passed. The day came when all the other boys had to bring their plants to the palace to be judged. Chen, Han, Long, and hundreds of other boys dressed in their best clothes. Mothers and fathers walked next to their sons to help keep plants up so they would not tip over. "Oh no! What will I do?" Jun wailed to his parents as he looked out the window. "My pot is empty!" "Bring the king your pot the way it is," said his father. "That's right, my son. You did the best you could," said Jun's mother. His face was red with shame. Jun carried his empty pot to the palace. At the palace, all the boys lined up, holding their big plants in front of them, waiting to be judged. The king, in his rich silk robe, walked slowly down the line, looking at each plant. When he came to Jun, he frowned. "What is this? You brought me an empty pot?" "Your Majesty, I tried my best. I planted the royal seed in the best soil I could find. I cared for it the best I could, but it just didn't grow." Jun do not know where all these other boys got their seeds. Those royal seeds have been cooked. No plants could ever grow from them. In a softer, caring voice, the king continued. I really admire Jun's great courage to appear before me with the truth. And now I reward him with my entire kingdom.
Judges. Let's start with
Really excited. You look confident, then you give the good Indonesia, and then you really very clearly in that story, and then you also can use the good property, then you also can body movement. It's really perfect. I mean, I think you just increase again your energy. It means that get what is it? Energetic, right? Yeah, energetic. I think so far you're all really good. Thank you. Hi, how do you feel?
I think I feel good, but a little bit nervous.
Yes, I can see actually in the beginning you were nervous, but then as you kind of got used to it, it was definitely a smoother flight. So I think because of that, I would suggest that, when you perform, you have to start with this kind of, I get it, it's very nerve-wracking to go on stage, but you have to arrive with the energy of a storyteller, right? Because if you start from the beginning, those nerves are less likely going to bother you. And that smooth performance that I can see in like the third minute, right, after you kind of get used to it, I want to see it from the beginning, So, but that's something that comes with practice, right? When you did a very good performance, my comments are, so for example, on your body language, right? So I love that you use your body language to kind of solidify your performance. I do want to remind you, however, to only use gestures for emphasis, for important moments, right? Because, for example, when you were doing the king, you were doing a lot of this, right? So just do it once. You don't need to continually do it, right? Because as a storyteller, you need to protect your energy so that you don't get tired. You do, but you do calculate. I can sense your performance. Yeah, you are very paced. You keep things at a steady pace, and I like that. It means that you rehearsed this well. And however, I would like you to put those. You have already very good instincts on your body language, but I do hope that you will learn to use them more effectively. Despite all that, you are a very expressive performer, right? And because of your tendency to kind of start with nervous, and woo, you kind of smooth later on, right? So again, you want to start with a good energy from the beginning, right? So you as a storyteller feel good about the story you're telling, and then your audience will feel that energy coming from your performance. You did a great job. Thank you.
I agree with him again. Okay. That everything has been said. Well, let me ask you one question. Do you like this story?
I really like it.
Okay. So is that the reason why you chose this story?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So since you like the story and you've chosen it, so at the beginning, when you want to put the right energy, yeah. So think of how you like the story. You really want everyone to like the story as well, because the story is so interesting and it has a very good message for everyone, right? So to start, because I enjoyed the way you delivered the story. Okay, the way you control the pace. I agree with Mr. Adit. And but maybe I expect a little more facial expressions, yeah. Okay, happy, excited, or sad, or disappointed, or worried. Okay, so you can use some facial expressions. Okay, and the rest is okay. Is really good actually, impressive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.